All right, everybody, welcome back. Day 5, literally almost done with this whole thing. And I know for sure if you've been following along every single day, you've learned a ton. So sometimes the triggers that you've been able to identify are small. Sometimes they're big. Sometimes they're completely obscure and you never thought about them before. And sometimes they've been obvious the whole time. I want you to do a little organization here today, right? By the time you're done with this challenge, one of the gifts that I want to give you is to have a list you can look back to and go, okay, let me just knock these out. Let me knock these factors out one at a time. So the list I want you to make right now is the following. I want you to look at everything else that you've learned. What have been the triggers? Go back through the last 4 days. And I want you to start creating this overall list that you will have, right? This list that says, here are the factors in my life that I'm struggling with and that lead me to want to drink. And what I want you to do as an add-on almost, is I want you to circle the ones that now looking back in retrospect are so powerful and obvious, it's almost laughable that you didn't think about them when you were dealing with your drinking problem in the first place. Obviously, one example that I talked to you about yesterday was, me and social anxiety. I had no idea when I was in my mid-20s and trying to quit alcohol and drugs that I was socially anxious. I wouldn't have even known how to put words to it. But once I started analyzing, I said, oh my God, if I'm not alone, I feel awkward around other people. And that's been true since I was 8 or 9. It was a huge aha for me. I hope by now, almost finished with this thing, 5 days in, you've had at least a couple of big ahas. Another one that I didn't know I had, for instance, for years, and I see in a lot of the clients that I work with, is sleep issues. Now, what do I mean by sleep issues? You may relate to this if when you try to go to sleep at night, your brain doesn't stop going. It just starts running through everything you did that day, everything you need to do tomorrow, everything you screwed up, everything you haven't completed, and it doesn't let you fall asleep. A lot of people I work with, that's part of the reason why they have 2, 3, maybe even 4 drinks in the hour before bed, is because they know that if they're drunk enough, they'll be able to pass out. Those are the pieces that I want you to identify today. What are the big ahas you've already had? Because those are the first things we want to put on that list at the end of this experiment to give you the most power, the most impact, the most effective change moving forward as quickly as possible. The other thing that I want you to do today, if you do have a support and accountability partner, is share this specific lesson with them. Oh my God, I realized that A, B, and C were leading me to drink more than I wanted to. And this is also a really good time to revisit that concept of replacement behavior. Remember, most people, by the time they come to me, have been trying to stop themselves from drinking so many times, but nobody ever taught them that finding a replacement behavior, chewing gum, going for a jog, drinking a glass of water, or something else that they really like can be much more powerful than just stopping themselves from drinking. Revisit that concept. You are 5 days done, only 2 days left. Congratulations. I will see you tomorrow.